Oh, hello everyone, and a special hello to all the youth ministers out there. Over the past couple of years, I've had the opportunity to work with several youth ministers, and I have to say, you guys are awesome. Besides making sure that the youth of the Catholic Church have an opportunity to learn about and deepen their faith, you also do it for, not the greatest pay. Which is why I wanted to make this video, in order to give a helping hand to all the youth ministers out there. So today's video is 5 movies for your next fellowship night. Because after a long weekend retreat or convention, you might not have the energy in order to put on an extravagant Edge or Life Teen night. In these situations, there's nothing better than having a movie fellowship night. All you need are some snacks, an audience, and a great movie. The thing is, I imagine that you don't want to watch Frozen for the 5 millionth time, and you might be running out of ideas for good, age-appropriate movies for your teenagers. So, I made a list of 5 movies that you could possibly show at your next fellowship night. These aren't going to be like super obscure movies that you've never heard of before. Some of them are just a little bit older, and the rest are films that were made in a different country, so they might not have the recognition that other films might have here in the US. Before I start, 2 quick notes. First, all the films on this list are animated, but that doesn't mean you can't show them to your high schoolers. And second, there's no Disney or Pixar films. And with that, let's get started. Also, because I'm the editor of this video, we're gonna make it a countdown. Why is that? Because I am the editor! Okay, let's go.
Number 5. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Yeah, I know I said that I wasn't going to add any Disney films to this list, but I never said anything about the Disney of Japan. Nausicaa was created by acclaimed Japanese director Hayao Miyazaki and is the quote-unquote first Studio Ghibli film. It takes place 1,000 years in the future, where humanity is on the edge of extinction due to a toxic jungle spreading across the globe and the giant insects that guard it. We follow our heroine Nausicaa as she discovers the secrets of the jungle and tries to bring peace between humanity and the giant insects. Though it's a bit dated, Nausicaa is probably one of the more exciting Studio Ghibli films. It's also a sweet story with a fantastic main character who I think deserves more recognition as one of the best animated female characters in the history of animation. I'm serious, to me, she's up there with Mulan and Dory, and you have to work really hard to be compared to those two. Number 4. The Secret of Kells. The Secret of Kells tells the story of the making of the Book of Kells, aka the Bible. I'm serious, this entire movie is about the making of a Bible. We follow a young boy named Brendan and his spirit friend Aisling as they travel into the mysterious forest in order to find items needed to finish the book. There's also Vikings, portrayals of Christians from Ireland, and a giant snake. While this film doesn't contain a lot of action, it's one of the most beautifully animated films I've ever seen. It's made in a style you don't usually see in films from the United States, and I would really like to see films like this get recognized by more people. Will it be the greatest animated movie your group has ever seen before? Probably not. But is it a fun story about bravery and discovering who you are? Yes, definitely. So if you're looking for a movie that your group can just chill out and enjoy, you can't go wrong with Secret of Kells. Number 3. Summer Wars. This movie is probably my favorite entry on the list, mostly because it's one of my favorite anime movies of all time. When math genius Kenji accepts a summer job from his crush Natsuki, he finds himself attending the 90th birthday party of Natsuki's grandmother. Things get awkward when he finds out that he has to pretend to be Natsuki's fiancé and deceive her entire family. Then it goes from weird to worse when Kenji accidentally unleashes an evil AI into the virtual world, causing worldwide panic and disaster. Now it's up to Kenji and the family to save the day and prevent the end of the world. Though it doesn't sound like the most interesting film for a church fellowship night, this movie has a lot of action and is a fantastic story about love, forgiveness, and family. Summer Wars also has a lot of laughs, a bit of romance, and amazing animation. So even if you're not a fan of anime, this is a fantastic film for you, your youth group, and the whole family to enjoy. Number 2. The Iron Giant. Before Baymax became the poster child for lovable robots, there was the Iron Giant. In this film, a boy named Hogarth befriends a giant robot from outer space and tries to keep it out of the hands of the US government. While it wasn't a huge hit at the time, The Iron Giant is now a classic film that beautifully combines traditional and computer-generated animation. It's a great story about friendship, love, and creating your own destiny. If you've never seen this movie before, maybe think about popping it into the DVD player and watching it yourself. I promise, you will not be disappointed by this film. Number 1. Shrek 1 and 2. If your middle schoolers or teens thought that Frozen was the first animated movie to defy the fairy tale formula, then they are very wrong. Shrek is a movie about an ogre named, Shrek, who has a peaceful life living in the swamp all by himself. So when a group of fairy tale creatures move in unexpectedly, Shrek accepts a quest to save a princess in order to get his swamp back. Accompanied by a talking donkey and the beautiful and fierce Princess Fiona, Shrek comes to learn about friendship and the importance of being yourself. If your group has never watched Shrek before, then they are in for a treat. It's a hilarious film with an interesting soundtrack and a lot of heart. Oh yeah, and it also has one of the best sequels in the history of cinema, Shrek 2. Unlike other sequels who reuse the same jokes as the first film, Shrek 2 is a funny and fresh film that contains the same magic and joy as the first. Like Shrek 1, it's a movie that everyone will enjoy. So maybe if you need a film for your next fellowship night, think about Shrekking this movie out. See what I did there? Hello? Well, I thought it was funny.
And there you have it, 5 movies for your next fellowship night. I hope you enjoyed this list, and I hope you will think about using a couple of these films in the future. Just one quick note. Please use your own discretion when picking out a film. I deem these films to be appropriate for middle or high schoolers, but depending on the maturity level and interests of your group, you may disagree. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what I do here, click the subscribe button below for more Catholic awesomeness. And with that, I bid you farewell. Peace. Alright. Think that went well. Awesome. Why are you still watching this? Oh, it's because I'm still here, isn't it? I guess... Huh. Well, now it's kind of awkward. I don't just want to end the video. So, how about a fade out? We'll go with a fade out. Okay, fading out. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Cool. We're done.